Welcome back. The Pentagon will start adding cybersecurity maturity model certification language to contracts in November. It's the latest move the executive branch has taken to harden its cyber defenses and the cyber posture of the companies it deals with. Dave Wennergren's Chief Executive Officer of ACT-IAC. It's great to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining me. This is just one example of ways that the department says, and the government as a whole says, is trying to be innovative about the way that it thinks about cyber and a lot of other issues. What are you seeing as opportunities for organizations to be innovative, not just in cyber, but all across their IT postures?
Yeah, I think innovation is a top topic for the year ahead. You know, for ACT-IAC, we give out innovation awards every year. We have a partnership with the Federal Innovation Council. So when we gather our government executives to opine about what's going to matter in the year ahead, the topics that continually come up, of course, AI and the consolidation efficiency agenda, but innovation. And so there are huge opportunities still to make innovation happen at scale and at speed as we go forward.
What are the opportunities to tie the concept of innovation to mission delivery or something that has to happen back office to enable mission delivery so that folks just don't stay kind of in a brain set where they're just thinking about innovation that doesn't turn into something?
Yeah, that really is the whole key, right? I mean, you know, the administration is focusing a lot on mission outcomes, and that's what we should be focusing on. Where can we use innovation to make a difference with the mission that matters in a measurable way? And I'm a big believer in, you should ride the waves of change. And so, like, rather than batting your head against the wall, take these topics that are top of mind right now and use them. If AI is a priority, use AI to rapidly accelerate how you're going to bring innovation in. If acquisition reform is a priority, then let's continue to look at, I feel that we're still much more hampered by how we ask for innovation than by who we ask. And so are we doing things in our acquisitions that are encouraging alternative proposals, encouraging innovation, demanding innovation, and then measuring it? Because if we do status quo procurements, we won't do a change that matters. So if you partner those two things up with this idea that you mentioned about do it for the places that matter. You know, we've done enough nibbling around web pages over the years. We need to apply innovation to the major muscle movements of agencies, the major challenges that face the government.
There are success stories out there to that end too. So there are places for agencies to look at their colleagues and peers and see what the best practices are, mimic the successes that have already happened.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's one of the things that ACT-IAC does is, we try to bring government and industry together so we can share. There are definitely examples when you go look at the innovation awards we've given out, there's lots of great examples about how we're using things to change the way we respond to disasters and how we do learning and how we do all sorts of mission operations. But there's also still a lot of opportunity to use the commercial sector. There are commercial best practices that we could adopt more rapidly in government. And part of the sort of FAR 2.0 work that the government's embracing is, let's do more commercial contracting, more performance-based contracting, more opportunities to bring in these commercial best practices.
You talk to folks on both the government side and the industry side of that equation. Is the government listening when the administration says commercial first, and does industry get a sense that government is listening to the commercial first concept?
Yes, I think that it's with every change initiative. There are pockets of enthusiasm and pockets of less enthusiasm, right? But I do think we're starting to see that turn. Certainly, the work that the administration is focusing on about OneGov and FAR 2.0 are laser-like focused on this idea about you got to stop doing status quo procurements, right? That you got to do more commercial contracting, more mission-based, outcome-based. Can we measure it? Right? Can we do it quickly? All those things are the tenets that industry wants to hear government say they're going to do.
Everything that we've talked about in this conversation is on the table at Imagination ELC. It's about a month away. I'm excited to see you there this year. I've had to miss the last couple, and I will be there this year. What do you want me and everybody else that goes to take away from ELC 2025?
Well, we are delighted, number one, that you're coming back, and we encourage all of your audience to come and be a part of the conference too, because there has never been a time when it's been more important to know what agencies are focusing on and what changes are going to take place as we build the agenda for the future. And so you will hear about all the topics we talk about today, the consolidation initiatives, acquisition reform, bringing innovation to government, AI. So come and be a part of the adventure.
I will see you there. Thank you very much for joining me today. You can read more about all the issues Dave and I talked about on today's show page at fedgovtoday.com.